Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. We're going to give it just a few more minutes to let a few folks file in. We'll go ahead and get started about 1:02. I saw a few more folks popping on. So just to let everyone know, we are giving it just one more minute to let a few more folks pop on. I see the numbers increasing, so we're just going to give it one more minute and then we'll go ahead and get started at 1:02. All right. Well, welcome everyone to today's webinar, the 5 Secrets to Driving Profitability at Your Dealership. In today's webinar, we're just going to be sharing our outlook on 2020 and where we think 2021 is headed, and also the 5 secrets to driving profitability. So my name is Lizzie Painter. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Profitability.
And my name is Tim. I'm one of the regional sales managers here with Motility. I look forward to helping you guys walk through the 5 secrets to driving profitability.
Awesome. And so just a few housekeeping items before we get started. This webinar is being recorded and I'll be sure to share that out afterward. I am your moderator during this session. So if there's any questions that you have, feel free to post those in the Q&A panel that you have on the bottom of your Zoom chat. And from there, we're going to go ahead and get started. So Tim, I'll let you take it away.
All right. Thank you, Lizzie. All right. Well, I think it's safe to say we're all thinking back on 2020 and how it's affected us. Even more so, we're looking forward to the prospect of another record year here in the RV industry. Motility has seen a few key indicators for a great year ahead. 2020 saw a surge in outdoor activities that has fueled new interest in recreational vehicles, campers, trailers, and people are looking for ways to stay active and be outdoors while adhering to those public health measures. In May of 2020, RV Share announced its highest recorded booking numbers with a 650% rental increase over the previous month. And RVIA reported similar sales results in May with a 170% increase over the same period in 2019. And we've seen similar results with all of our customers. But with all this growth comes depleted inventory. This means you will have to make the most out of every sale to ensure profitability. And with more RVs on the road, 2021 is already seeing spikes in service tickets and warranty works. Making sure that this is done efficiently and effectively is crucial to your bottom line. Which brings us to our first secret, and this should be no surprise coming from a DMS company. Getting a dealer management system can be nerve-wracking. We understand that. There are so many options available, and they have just a little bit of a difference that makes you sweat with stress every time you think about it. And to be fair, I can't really help you out much there, and I do apologize for that. But we can give you a few ideas on what to look for when you're scouting it out of DMS and what we believe makes us different. Step number 1, define the features you need to effectively run your dealership. Make sure those capabilities correlate with how you will run your business. Look for a DMS that is completely integrated so you can keep it as your source of truth for that business. Step number 2, ensure that security is top-notch. Investigate all the permissions and how you'll implement those. You don't want to find yourself at the peak of your sales game and become a victim of ransomware or other security breaches. Number 3, can this product scale with you? Ensure that new staff or new departments will be able to use this tool with ease. Make sure that your software can grow with you and help you achieve your ultimate goals. Again, you don't want to have to shop around for this in another year when your team has learned and adopted it, just to make them do it again with the new one. That will obviously slow down your business and your team and make them much less effective. Number 4, will the CMS actually help your business? Will you become more efficient and productive with it? Make sure you have the tools to measure these things. Look for something that provides you with accurate reporting and dashboarding to track your progress and growth. And then number 5 is the quality of the provider. Check reviews, call references. Find a DMS that really knows the RV industry. Here's a pro tip. Don't try to buy an auto DMS and hope that it transfers, or use one that may be linked to an auto dealership that you guys know. It doesn't work, at least not over the long term. You will need a specialty DMS, and you will thank yourself for having a software that knows your business and isn't just trying to make your company fit within their software parameters. Secret number 2 is streamline parts and service. For new RV purchases to refining your dealership service department, both can make a critical difference in your dealership's bottom line. If your customers aren't buying new RVs, then they're repairing the old ones. And if your team has ever tried to help a customer without all the tools that they need at their fingertips, you know it can cause unnecessary frustration and inefficiency over time. Not to mention the potential risk of losing customer interest while you search for what you need. Trying to track repair history, keeping up with requests, and managing warranties can quickly become operational headaches. On the service side, you want to track cores, warranty, retail return parts, automatically create invoices and packaging slips for each item, and the visibility into potential revenue sources or losses can make or break a dealership. Make sure you know what's going on. Make sure you can create parts kits and set package prices for bundles that your team can quickly sell, and allow your team to help the customer with what they need efficiently without having to look up each individual part. You want something that can visually display parts to support accurate identification, bin location, and quantities on hand. So knowing where everything is makes for a faster turnaround time for your parts and service team and for your customers. Be able to track customers' special orders with automated notifications when the parts are received. And of course, my favorite, integration with supplier price books that allows you to maintain a steady profit margin on all parts, and having the ability to communicate electronically with those parts vendors for availability and ordering makes that process much simpler. Having to transfer purchase orders from your system to a website is a process you can erase. And of course, in service, mobile accessibility is key. When it comes to service work, let your team come to the customer. Allow them to create repair orders, assign mechanics, take pictures, or have customers sign estimates on the road or at a campsite or even out on the lot. Your mechanics can use their mobile devices to clock in and out of jobs, take notes using voice to text even, request parts, and keep the rest of the team up to date on the status of the repair without having to stop working to go write it all down on a computer or a piece of paper. Make sure that, and this is key, when you look at mobile options, you don't become subject to interruptions due to operating system updates or incompatibility with the latest version of whatever device you're on. Web applications are the key to an uninterrupted process. And on a side note, and this is a little aside, pretty soon the entire motility system will be available via web, and there's going to be more on that later on a different webinar. But for now, experience the capabilities of a mobile-first service department. Having a strong mobile component can help you get there. Secret number 3, and this is a big one, and I know this one seems scary, but I promise you in the long run, it is worth it. QuickBooks does not give you the visibility into what you need to run your accounting department successfully. If you're frequently caught up in basic accounting activities that don't integrate well with other departments, I can tell you there's a simpler way. You won't have much need for QuickBooks if it doesn't give you the analytical capabilities that you require. It's inconvenient, time-consuming, and often results in a lot of double entry. An integrated accounting system can change all of that. With QuickBooks, accounting can't really go back and view transactions without having to track down the people that made them or going to multiple systems to audit and investigate. You want to be able to trust your records with seamless integration of all transactions. You want to maintain complete accounting control over input from other modules, batch process checks to vendors, retrieved archived transactions with a single click. And here's the big one, have your payables populate in the system without the need of paper purchase orders or receipts in a basket. Your team can create purchase orders automatically in the system when purchasing parts or create general purchase orders for other items. Packing slips, receipts, etc. can all be uploaded to stay with the PO digitally. And no longer do you have to track them down or input any of that manually. And here at Motility, we offer a free service called Motility Pay that vastly reduces the time your team spends cutting checks while simultaneously recovering your check costs. It effectively turns that whole process into another revenue source for the dealership. And yeah, you heard me right. It is free. It's what you get when you purchase our Motility accounting module. Step number 4, or secret number 4, utilizing reports and dashboards. You want to intelligently measure orders, financials, communications, and track performance to gain insight into the things that really matter. With the manager's dashboard, you can easily gain insight into personal performance. You can access insight into your pipeline with prospecting and analysis reports. You can streamline activity management with calendars and notifications. And all the data you need to drive sales and retention in your customer base is available at a glance. On the reporting side, you really want robust reporting on all aspects of the business. From P&Ls to balance sheets to 20 group statements to rec reporting, access to hundreds of out of the box reports and a custom report builder ensures that you get the information that you need in your hands. And then having those trusted reports emailed to you on a schedule will give you the extra insight into your dealership or team without the hassle of having to pull them manually every time or forgetting to do so altogether. Keeping an eye on profitability with reports and dashboards really helps you grow your business. Step number 5, and I know this has been quick, but this brings us to our last secret, and that's connecting your DMS to the existing tools that will set you up for long-term success. Your DMS should be able to be a source of truth for reporting and more, as we've already discussed. But we also know that many different tools from the front office to the back, and integrating those systems makes for cleaner records and a whole lot less double entry. With our open API, or it's often referred to as the public API, your data is securely shared with your other business systems, allowing for increased efficiencies, better data, and less manual entry errors. Using our open API called Motility Connect, we can provide our partners with programmatic access to the Motility DMS application. By eliminating the barriers that exist in connecting your data, we believe we can drive significant operational improvements for our customers and partners. In short, Motility Connect allows you to continue using the tools you love while connecting them back to the DMS. So you can say goodbye to the double or triple entry monster that you're used to fighting daily. So who are some of our partners? Well, to name a few, and you can see some of them listed here: 700 Credit, App One, NTP Stag, Connect, DP360, AGWS, and Elevon are all very popular with our dealers. And as you can see down there, coming soon, we have a full integration with Lippert and Call Review coming to our dealers. We're constantly building out more integrations with partners that you may already be using. And if you want to get your partners integrated, reach out to our team so we can get that done. Our open API platform makes the process seamless, and we're always looking for those new partnerships. So we've gone over a lot of items today that we offer as part of our software, but what truly makes us unique is our knowledge and expertise in the RV industry. Not only have we been around long enough to see the trends and cycles change, but we've used the feedback from our dealers to build better software. Our software is made for dealers from the ideas and feedback of our dealers. And then when it comes to getting set up, the implementation of our software is built for each dealer and we bring onto the platform, so it is tailored around their processes and dealership. So no one system is going to be identical. This helps to make sure your team will adopt the new software, maximize their efficiency by using the processes that they already know. And I get that that can sound time consuming, but we can get you live in about 4 to 6 weeks in your own tailored system. We don't stop there either. Take a cue from 7,000 users or the 800 plus rooftops relying on us for their DMS needs. This is something that can grow and scale with you and help improve the efficiency and profitability across the board. Well, if you guys have any additional questions after the webinar, please feel free to reach out to me. You can call me, email me, or book a time with my calendar using that link. We can go over anything we talked about today or how to get your team set up to maximize all of their efforts and to make 2021 even better for your dealership than last year.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Tim. We actually do have some questions here in the chat, so I will go ahead and ask you those. And for any of the attendees that do have more questions, please let me know. Go ahead and post those, and we'll go ahead and get to them. So the first one actually was around integration specifically. So you talked about the integrations that we have, but this customer specifically said that there was an integration they had that wasn't on the screen. Can you share more about how they can get access to other integration partners or what that looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said before, feel free to reach out to me. Any one of us at Motility can let you know what integrations we have built out. And if it's something that we're currently working on as well, we can always find out that information. And for some of those like that you saw earlier with that are coming soon with Lippert or even companies like NTP Stag that we've been integrated with for years, we really want to, like we talked about, break down those barriers and make sure that it has that true push-pull, and you guys don't have to leave our system to go do what you would normally do on their website.
There was actually another question on that. So can you explain a little bit on the integrations we have on parts and service? So you kind of touched on it briefly with the Lippert and the NTP Stag. Can you explain a little bit more about what that does?
Yeah, so basically when you go to order parts, we can set up the default suppliers to being basically whoever you use. And with a lot of our dealers, it is NTP or it would be Lippert. And with those, you would say, okay, well, we want to get this set up. So when we do the implementation, we would use your customer number. And when you go to create that purchase order, it would pull up our system and it would be able to go right into their portal and show you the availability. It would be able to show you which warehouse it's coming from. And you would be able to order directly through the system instead of having to then copy that purchase order and then take it over to their website and manually put in each one of those part numbers that you have to do. As you guys grow and scale, we've seen that become just a really big hassle. And so that's why we're constantly building out those parts integrations so that way you can eliminate all of that. And just as things populate the order list, then you can order them directly from that supplier.
Awesome. Awesome. There actually was 2 questions here around out of the box reports. So, and then one specifically around where are we with, rec dashboards, regional, national, and then maybe you can hit on the 20 group statements as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to the reporting, we do have the ability to create those rec dashboards. They are available in our system now. If you have our software, reach out to your account manager. If you are looking to get involved in our software, we can certainly show a demo and show you guys what those look like. But yeah, we do have those built out. And the 20 group statement to me is one of my favorites because it is a full DMS report. So you can see everything that you need to at a glance of what's going on at the dealership.
Awesome. And so of everything that you shared today, what's the most important thing that you think these dealers should take away?
Yeah, when it comes to buying a DMS, the biggest thing that I tell every dealer that I talk to is look for something that really works for you. There's a lot of software out there, and like I said before, it's an overwhelming process. And a lot of the software companies will want you just to fit within their system. It's like, okay, well, here's our system, now go learn how to use it. And what you really need to do when you're searching for something is find something that works with your processes, like you've heard me mention about 6 times today, or something that will work with what you guys are doing, because every dealership is unique, and having something that can adapt to that unique dealership need is really important, whether that's in the parts and service side, or whether that's in the reports that you want to build out, or the process that you guys do for calling back new customers, or through that sales process. Like if you guys are using App One or you're using your own proprietary credit unions or anything like that, you want to be able to have the ability to do just about everything you need to do. And I know with a lot of dealer management systems, it's almost like the Goldilocks, like this one does too little, this one does too much, this one's just right. Find the one that's just right.
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you said earlier too, it sounds like, you know, don't just rely on what an auto DMS would do. You know, you really need something that's specialty for RV, for trailer, you know, something that's special to your specific industry so that you can succeed.
Yeah, and I get that question a lot, especially from people that are coming over from the auto world. They say, well, this worked for us in auto. Can we continue to use this? Or this is something that we've used for years, so our team knows it. But when you don't have the ability to work with the parts companies that you need on the RV side, or when you don't have the ability to track the different things that are done on the RV side, because, for example, like the VIN numbers don't carry that information on the RV side that they do on the auto. So you're paying for something that you don't necessarily need on the RV side, and it just doesn't track it nearly as well. And so having something that is tailored for the RV industry is really key.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on outgrowing QuickBooks? What do you think is like the number one sign that someone is outgrowing QuickBooks and ready to look for a DMS?
I get this a lot from one of our competitors actually has sent us over customers of theirs that has had that problem. And the big thing is once you get to the point where you're finding that on the accounting side, especially, that you're putting in more information time and time, and you're spending all of your day doing data entry, that's when you should look at potentially replacing QuickBooks with something that is integrated, because you want to be able to go back and make sure the information is right, that your team inputs and that it gets purchased through, and you want to be able to track rather than input. And so I talked to a dealer yesterday when I was telling her about the integration and how it all works. She basically told me, she goes, so now my job is just going to be kicking back with my feet up on an armchair because this is so simple. And that's really the end goal, is making that process simple so you can really just focus on how do we improve rather than how do we get the information in.
Yeah. Well, and really, I mean, you kind of touched on it too, right? Tracking parts and service. You can't necessarily do that in QuickBooks. So making sure, you know, if you are trying to take the next step and you're not just trying to enter things into QuickBooks, looking at parts and service and where you are there, you know, that's another area that you can look at too.
Yeah. And I mean, just having those purchase orders populate into accounting and being able to see what was purchased through NTP directly through the system is fantastic, because you, like I said, you don't have to have packing slips or anything go into a basket and have them get blown off a desk because it's a nice day and you want to have the window open. So, I mean, I've seen that too.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I know I kind of went off too on a couple tangents, but I believe that's all the questions that we had so far. So I did go ahead and put the Let's Chat slide up. So if anyone does have any additional questions, I put Tim's contact information here on the screen, phone number, email, Calendly. You can book a meeting directly with him. If you have any questions specifically, please don't hesitate to reach out. But for now, I believe that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys back 7 minutes back in your day. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.